please rise.
The Supreme Court is now in special session. Please be seated. Welcome to everyone. On behalf of my colleagues and former colleagues, I welcome you to the Illinois Supreme Court. It is our pleasure to be here with you for the 2021-2022 installation ceremony of the Illinois State Bar Association. For the past year, COVID-19 imposed a hiatus on personal contact. Because of the pandemic, people here in Illinois and throughout the world were required to isolate and socially distance themselves from everyone else. We had to learn how to conduct our business remotely on virtual platforms. Today, however, there is great cause for celebration. Today marks the beginning of the end of the pandemic. So we come together today, live and in person, to witness the installation of the Illinois State Bar Association's 2021-2022 president and officers. It is fitting then that this ceremony taking place in the courtroom of our Supreme Courthouse in Springfield is because in 1908, the ISBA was instrumental in promoting the construction of this building. And in 2014, the ISBA was here to celebrate its restoration. Since 1877, when 88 lawyers from 37 counties came together in Springfield to form the Illinois State Bar Association, the ISBA and the Illinois Supreme Court have enjoyed a long, long history of cooperation and collaboration continuing to this day. Since then, these two institutions, the Illinois Supreme Court and the ISBA, which now boasts of more than 30,000 members, have worked in tandem to ensure that the legal needs of the people of the state of Illinois are being met. I know I speak for my colleagues when I say how grateful we are for the Illinois State Bar Association, which for many decades has worked tirelessly to serve the people of the state of Illinois and been willing to celebrate and collaborate with the Supreme Court to bring about reform in the law, facilitate the administration of justice, and to uphold the highest standards within the legal profession. I am confident the ISBA's new president and officers will continue this tradition of cooperation and collaboration as they lead their members in fulfilling the ISBA's stated goals: to cultivate the science of jurisprudence, to promote reform in the law, to facilitate the administration of justice, to elevate the standard of integrity, honor, and courtesy in the legal profession, to encourage a thorough and liberal education, and to cherish a spirit of brotherhood among the members thereof. Thank you.
Thank you, Justice Burke. Thank you for being here, everyone. I know Anna is thrilled to see you all and have you help her celebrate her very special day. At this time, I'd like to ask Rory WEILER to step to the podium and deliver the invocation.
Good morning, Honorable Chief Justice and Justices of our Illinois Supreme Court, family, friends, colleagues. Please bow your heads and join me in praying to the Lord of the universe. Lord, thank you for your many blessings and tender mercies. First among them today, the ability to be here together in person, joined in collegiality and fellowship as we celebrate the installation of our officers and most especially our new president, Anna Krolikowska. Lord, we pray for your enlightenment and the gifts of wisdom and courage, wisdom to recognize the opportunity in every difficulty we face, and the courage to use our skills and abilities as lawyers to meet the challenges facing us as a country, society, and profession, so that our efforts will make our communities better places to live and enjoy life for all. Bless us so that as lawyers and leaders, we will create a spark of hope, kindle the flame of love, ignite the light of peace, and feed the flame of justice. Amen.
Thank you, Rory. At this time, I'd invite Dennis ORSEY, our current president of the ISBA, to step to the podium. Dennis, I'd like to present you with this award and a thank you on behalf of all of the members of the Illinois State Bar Association for your service during a pandemic year where you did a magnificent job for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I want to acknowledge Chief Justice Burke and the members of the court who are with us today, and thank you for welcoming us back. How quickly a year goes by. We had an amazing ceremony last year, and we're pleased that you allowed us to come back again this year. What a difference a year makes, everybody. 1 year ago, when I had the distinction of being the first president of the Illinois State Bar Association to be sworn in here in the Illinois Supreme Court, we were in full lockdown mode. The COVID-19 pandemic had caused the entire state and frankly the country to be shut down. Our country was also facing a racial reckoning along with a huge economic downturn that all of us suffered through for an extended period of time. The Illinois State Bar Association responded to each of these crises. Our assembly met the same day I was sworn in as ISBA president, and part of that assembly was to issue a resolution and create a racial inequality steering committee to address the many changes that were going on in our country. Dr. Mary Milano and Kenya Jenkins-Wright became co-chairs of that committee and have done an outstanding job in starting to address the needs of our association. They were supporters of the Omnibus Criminal Justice Reform Bill, which was a big achievement, and we thank them for their efforts, and we look forward to their continued efforts on behalf of our membership. We conducted a statewide survey of our members to learn firsthand how the pandemic was impacting them. We found that many of them were struggling with the pandemic, and some continue to struggle as well. But we created wellness programming for the members and provided CLE programming to maintain our relationship with our members throughout this historic year. We also adapted our schedules using the Zoom platform for all of our committees, Board of Governors meetings, assembly meetings. We even did it with our solo and small firm practice conference, as well as all of our CLE programming. We found great success with the Zoom platform, record attendance at all of those programs. I can tell you the very first Board of Governors meeting we had 100% attendance, and the assembly meeting I think had record attendance at both of the sessions that I presided over. The main thing is we stayed connected with our membership throughout the year. Using that Zoom technology, we were asked to partner with the Illinois Supreme Court for the Access to Justice Listening Tour. And as you know, we made 10 virtual stops around the state of Illinois. We met with judges and practicing attorneys and court personnel to really find out how the pandemic was impacting them and their ability to deliver access to justice throughout the state of Illinois. And we learned some great lessons with that listening tour, and I thank Justice Burke for the opportunity to allow me to serve as the moderator for those events. We were also able to create the Rural Practice Initiative. That was the signature program during my year as president. We went from an idea to fruition. We were able to place 14 fellows in that program that are starting their work this summer. We appreciate Justice Burke, the support of the court on that program, and we look forward to future years in supporting that program and dealing with the legal deserts that have been created in the state of Illinois and the law school debt issues that have burdened many of our younger attorneys and forced them to practice law in areas outside rural communities. So we hope that program continues on and remains successful. The one good thing of the pandemic is it brought us together through a new form of technology, Zoom. We know that we've provided some efficiencies in our court system by using the Zoom technology, and I know Justice Burke hopes that the courts will continue to use that Zoom technology for routine matters, status conferences and so forth, where all of our members are going to be able to be more cost effective delivering those services to their clients. We can be more cost effective in delivering our ISBA services to our membership. So we've learned a great deal with that Zoom technology. We've been able to achieve record savings, and we've been able to pour some of that savings back to our members, not only in member services, but with our COVID credit that's going to be rolling out as part of this due cycle. And again, a way to say thank you to the members for sticking with us during a trying year. I want to thank the Illinois Supreme Court for appointing me to the COVID-19 task force, which was done really at the start of my presidency, and we continue to meet. As you all know, we've issued regular suggestions to the court, many of which have turned into orders and recommendations to the circuit judges throughout our state of Illinois in ways of adapting to the pandemic and delivering the Zoom technology into our court system. And I also want to thank the Chief Justice and the members of the court for appointing me last week as co-chair of the new Supreme Court Judicial Redistricting Task Force that is now in the process of studying ramifications from legislation signed by the governor regarding our redistricting and trying to study how that's going to impact our court system and the delivery of legal services throughout our state of Illinois. As president, each of us are given an opportunity to leave their marks with projects and programs benefiting our members. Now, Anna Krolikowska, you are given that opportunity to provide those kind of member services. Anna, I know you'll make the most of this opportunity. I can tell you the year will go by quickly. Last year, David SOSIN reminded me, make every day count. And I thought that was the best advice I could get as an incoming president, and I share it with you. Make every day count. Kathy and I wish you and Eric and Lily the best on a successful year as you take on the new challenges facing our profession. And I want to do a shout out to my wife, Kathy, because she I know this event is being videotaped. Last year it was videotaped. If you watch the videotape a second time, which I did, while I did a shout out to my wife, an emotional shout out, I did not mention her by name. And so my wife, Kathy, who I've been married to for almost now 39 years, I want to make sure I give her a shout out today. So thank you. Thank you for help to supporting me during the year. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, Dennis. And thank you, Kathy. And, there are a few family law practitioners in the room, just in case. All right. At this time, I would ask Second Vice President Rory Weiler, Third Vice President Sean Casterman, Third Vice President-elect Sonny Williams, and President ORSEY to step before the bench for Justice Garman to do an induction of them as new officers.
Yes.
These are our best and brightest, Justice Garman. Dennis, you're past president now. Stop.
Not too many take me off.
As an officer of the Illinois State Bar Association for 2021-22, do you affirm your support of the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois?
I do.
And do you affirm your intent to do all in your power to establish and maintain the dignity of the profession of law, to promote the administration of justice, and to support the prompt, equitable, and application of the law to all peoples as expressed in the Charter and bylaws of the Illinois State Bar Association?
I do.
I declare you to be duly installed. Congratulations.
Thank you, Justice Garman, and congratulations to Rory, Sean, Sonny, and Dennis. At this time, I'd like to ask David SOSIN to step forward to make some remarks on behalf of our incoming president. David? Did I call you Dennis? I'm so sorry.
What?
David SOSIN.
May it please the court. First of all, let me say to Anna, the person note, it's such an honor and privilege that you invited us to be here and asked us to speak. Past presidents kind of go away. It's a little bit different, but you're our friend and we really appreciate that. I'm speaking today also, I think, to some extent, on behalf of our past presidents who are here, and there are quite a few of them, which is really a testament to their respect and our respect for you. And you are one of the youngest presidents coming in based on the records that we have. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be fooled that that comment denotes any comparative youth and inexperience on behalf of this president-elect. Her credentials to serve as our president of 30,000 plus members are impeccable. She served for years as a leader and eventual president of the North Suburban Bar with distinction. She served on too many committees and task force and projects to name. I only have a few minutes to speak. She served on our mutual insurance company, first as an advisory member for many years, and worked primarily in the marketing area. And I don't think it's any coincidence that while she was doing her work with the many members, she fulfilled the dream of the founders of our insurance company, where the ISBA Mutual Insurance Company became the largest insurer of lawyers for liability insurance in the state of Illinois. We finally did it. It took us 30 years. There's an expression that presidents have and members about bar junkies. She's not a bar junkie. Anna's a superstar, and there's a big difference. It is not easy to become a president of the state bar. Elections are tough. And Anna will become only the 5th female to become a president out of 145 presidents. Until Myra Bradwell became our first member in 1890, or 1880, I believe, there were no females even admitted to the bar of the state of Illinois. I really believe that we've worked hard to bring in more members over the years for diversity, both by gender and race, background, and of course statewide. And I can predict with another female future president, Sonny, congratulations, that number is going to only increase. And it's going to only take a couple years from number 6, and pretty soon it'll be number 60. Anna is blessed to have a great spouse. We've known him since they were dating, and now they're a family. And he has been with her every step of the way and will be with her every step of the way. He does have a job, I can tell you that. But I think he's spending a little less time at it these days, but it'll be okay. Anna, the last thing I want to say to you is that this is a day you're always going to cherish. The day you were sworn in, the day you graduated from college, the day you were married, and recently the day Lily came into the world. Every day matters, as I told Dennis, and you certainly realize that, but you want to realize it today, not a year from now. And I know you will. It goes fast, but with the help of your family and your friends, the great staff, Bob Craighead and his staff, and Kim, they make it so much easier for you. And I know you're going to do great. You'll never do it alone. What you've always done is worked and brought people to work with you by consensus. And I know you'll continue to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no doubt that the ISBA is in really good hands with the induction of our 145th president. And this great officer group that's coming in, we also need to remember that. You're going to be tired and you're going to be stressed, but you're never going to be bored. So thank you, and make it work. On one personal note, this will be my last official act for the bar after many years. And 5 years ago, I was in this chamber and then went out to lunch, Janet and I, with Justice Garman, when I got the call from Bob Craighead that I was elected, and how fast it goes. Huh? So thank you also to the court. Every one of you have been just wonderful to work with, and I hope we'll see you all soon, and you on the golf course. Thank you.
Thank you, David. How do you know it's your last official act? You know, people seem to kind of come back. Okay, I would like to ask Judge Barbara Crowder to come forward and make some remarks in honor of Anna as well.
Chief Justice Burke, members of the courts, and my friends, members of the ISBA, I want to say first, as president of the Illinois Judges Association, that I'm honored to be included in this ceremony. We're 50 years old this year. So you all have been doing wonderful things throughout the state, and I appreciate and I want to congratulate the ISBA and the Supreme Court on the amazing way that you've handled all of the problems in the pandemic. And the Illinois Judges Association has been honored to be able to participate in many projects with the court throughout this year, especially looking at ways to improve the image of the court throughout the state. ISBA worked with all of our groups to keep public informed, to help provide access to the court, and to help lawyers in need. But there's no question it's been a tough year. So let's talk about why we're here today. We talk about leadership. I want to start out by, it's a quote we've all heard, but good leaders don't actually set out to be leaders. They set out to make a difference. They know it's not about their role, it's about the goals they have. And so I think it's important, as we congratulate Anna today, that we look at the actual qualities of a leader and evaluate the criteria that make us realize how wonderful she's going to be leading this bar association. So how's the easiest way? Well, L, does she actually lead? We've heard a little bit from David SOSIN about some of the things she's done, but look at a person who leads by example, a person who's been on the assembly for the ISBA, who's been involved in the Young Lawyers Division, who's been a chair of a section council of the solo and small firm, who's been involved with, as president of the North Suburban Bar Association, has been involved on the board of the Illinois Bar Foundation, and in fact was on the Young Alumni Board for her Loyola University, a person who has led throughout her career, and we realize it's wonderful that she has those qualities. But what else does she need? E, for empathy. We need to make sure that she understands the trials and tribulations of the members and of the public and what everybody's gone through. Well, how can we be so sure about that? Well, perhaps we look at someone who's been involved with the Friends of St. Jude, who's been on the junior board of the Gift of Heart Foundation, or who's been honored and involved on the Chicago Volunteer Legal Services and on the board of our own Illinois Bar Foundation. Someone who every day, by example, shows us that she's got empathy for more than just her own divorce clients, but for everybody that's out there. What else do we need? Well, if we're having a leader, we need an A. So she associates with so many other professional groups. Think about the groups she's been involved in: the Women's Bar Association of Illinois, the Advocate Society, the DuPage County, the Lake County, the North Suburban, the North Bar Association, Decalogue, Justinians. You couldn't ask for somebody that's going to be able to network our group throughout the state with other professionals to make sure that ISBA can make a difference. So what do we get to next? D. Anna is going to dare to go forward with plans for this year. What we learned during the pandemic, besides how to Zoom, was what strengths and weaknesses our organizations have. And she's already looked at the great strengths of the ISBA, but looked at a few problems that we found, and she sees those as opportunities for the future to strengthen ISBA and to strengthen the legal profession throughout the state. She's going to be involved with inclusivity, with bias, with dealing with more diversity, and I couldn't be happier to see what she's going to dare to do to lead this organization into the future. What's she going to do next as a leader? E, educate. She already shares her knowledge, shares the knowledge of the law, and I don't just mean through doing ISBA CLEs, which we've all done and which is wonderful. She's been at Loyola helping with family law seminars. She's participated in the Illinois Mental Health Conference, where she's helped mental health professionals understand how to help clients that are going through divorce. She's been involved with the Psychological Association Conference, where she talked about different ways people can handle family disputes. So she's clear and understands that one of the goals we can as lawyers and as the ISBA is to emphasize education and share that throughout the state. And finally, R for leader, results. Well, I think we've already heard what results Anna has, but let's talk about how we know for sure. She's been recognized for some of her results, besides being a very successful lawyer and one of the most wonderful people I've met. She's received the Distinguished Service Award from the Chicago Volunteer Legal Services. She's been named a super lawyer. She's been in the 40 under 40 to look at through the Daily Law Bulletin. That's someone that meets the goals, and we could spell leader with, is Anna. And I am especially honored on behalf of the Judges Association, but on behalf of myself. I have watched Anna, they came to Madison County as she was campaigning. I've watched her walk in and light up a room with her energy and her vigor and her ideas. And I just want to say, I think she's going to do wonders for this group. We know she's a leader, and Anna, final thought, another quote, being a leader is not really about you, although thank goodness we have you, but it is about the people on your team and helping them be successful. And I am 100% convinced you are going to be a great leader for this group. And thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you, Judge Crowder. That was very, very nice to hear. As a quick note, Anna has been a friend of mine, I think, ever since I met her, and I find her to be a remarkable woman. I think that she, at I hate to say young age, but a young age, she really knows how to bring people together to make friends and make lasting friends. And I am just thrilled that she is in this position today. Chief Justice Burke, would you like to make some remarks at this time?
Just a few. Thank you. It is truly my privilege and honor to administer the oath of office to the Illinois State Bar Association's newest president, Anna K. Krolikowska. Today, as Anna recites the oath, she becomes the 145th president of the Illinois State Bar Association and only the 5th woman to hold the title of the ISBA president, following Carol Bellows, Cheryl Nairo, Irene Barr, who is here with us today, and Paula Holderman. Both are here today. Stand up. This truly is an historic day and great achievement for Anna, who is an impassioned lawyer and mediator, and also a star and super lawyer, as people have called you. Anna, I have enjoyed collaborating and working closely with your immediate predecessors, Dennis ORSEY and David SOSIN, and I look forward to the opportunity to work in partnership with you over the coming year and the future years, we hope. All right, please step forward. Please raise your right hand. State your name.
I, Anna Krolikowska,
As president of the ISBA in 21-22, do you affirm your support of the Constitution of the United States of America and the state of Illinois? And do you affirm your intent to do all in your power to establish and maintain the dignity of the profession of law, to promote the administration of justice, and to support the prompt, equitable application of the law to all peoples as expressed in the Charter and bylaws of the Illinois State Bar Association? If so, say, I do.
I do.
Congratulations.
Madam President. Justice Burke, Justice Garman, Justice Overstreet, Justice Carmeyer, and Justice Kilbride. Thank you so very much for welcoming all of us to the Supreme Court and allowing us to celebrate this day with dignity. We so treasure our relationship between the ISBA and the court and our personal friendships. Thank you. It is my honor and privilege to be sworn in today, to have been sworn in today, as the 145th president of the Illinois State Bar Association. Only the 5th woman, the first female immigrant president, but I'm not the last. It is my pleasure to be sworn in with my vice presidents and officers, who I know share my commitment to the ISBA and to helping our members not only recover from COVID pandemic, but grow and strengthen their commitment to rule of law, access to justice, and their commitment to the ISBA. I would like to first thank all of you for being here. You are my friends, my extended family, and I could not imagine this day without all of you here. I also would like to thank my parents, who left a comfortable life in Poland and made a difficult decision to come to this country and have sacrificed in many ways so that my brothers and I could flourish, and I thank them for that. To my husband, Eric, my best friend, my greatest supporter, my biggest cheerleader, the one who makes me laugh even when, or especially when, I don't feel like laughing. Thank you, honey. And to our little girl, Lily, who will grow up knowing that she can do anything and be anyone. Also to my ISBA family, to friends and mentors like Mark Cassicus and Len Amari and John Locallo and Paula Holderman and Irene Barr and Bob Anderson and David and Janet Sosin and John O'Brien, Rick Felice, Jim McCluskey, pretty much all of the past presidents who have embraced me, not only through the ISBA, but ISBA Mutual as well. Also, my dear friend, Lisa NYULI, who represents our IBF family, who
have done tremendous work in the last year under Lisa's leadership to help attorneys and their families who have struggled tremendously during the COVID pandemic. And I know they are all near and dear to our hearts. And to my ISBA Mutual family, who embraced me and helped me develop my leadership skills and learn about the special connection between the Mutual and the ISBA. I thank you all. I would also like to thank my Bar Association friends, the advocates, the Justinians, the North Suburban Bar, the DCBA, CBA. All of you are here and I appreciate it, advocates. But today is not about me, it's about all of us, the ISBA, our members, and all of the officers who are committing to serve those members. Last year has been a difficult year, and our members need our help to recover from that, and we are all committed to helping them do that, officers and staff. And as a quick note, thank you to staff for doing a tremendous job during a very difficult year last year. Now, as we head into this year, I would like to briefly talk about our initiatives. As President ORSEY mentioned, past President ORSEY mentioned, we have announced a 15% COVID credit to our members, and we hope that that will allow and help them to remain involved with the ISBA. And it's our way of saying thank you. Thank you for sticking with us. Our other initiatives include a focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion, as well as access to justice. And that involves continuation of the work of the Steering Committee on Racial Inequality, continuation of the work of the Leadership Academy, which was begun by President David SOSIN, as well as efforts to retain the services of a consultant who will assist us in figuring out where we are as ISBA and what we need to do to become a more inclusive and diverse organization. We will also work on helping our members with their life, work, and wellness. As I mentioned, last year was difficult, and that impacted families as well. So these programs will aim to help our members and their spouses. And finally, we're going to look at business and how we can assist our members in strengthening their practices, and it will involve a creation of an ISBA Business Institute. But these are just brief summaries of the plans for this year. I hope that you will see the results and the work as the year unfolds. But I can't do it alone, and I know I won't be doing it alone because I have the support of the amazing officers and all of you. And I hope that together we can make a difference in the lives of our members. Thank you. And thank you for the work.
I think it would be nice if Lily was a president of the ISBA coming forward.
We'll see what happens.
That would be pretty nice.
It'd be a job.
All right, well, we have reached the end of our program. I would just like to thank Bob Craighead, Kim Weaver, for making this all possible and inviting me down. I'd also like to congratulate the incoming officers. Rory, you're over here and they're over there. I'm not sure why. Is it a COVID thing? Good luck to all of you. I know that you will make our association wonderful. Anna, fly high. You're going to do great. And Chief Justice Burke and members of the Supreme Court, thank you so much for hosting us. This was a thrill and an honor, and thank you for being part of our family. Okay, so like any good program, we have a reception afterwards, and you're invited to the inn at 8:35. So Anna would like you to attend there if you are able. We'll see you all there. This concludes our proceedings for today. Congratulations and thank you all.